live at Ogren Park, where weather is so cool tonight. I got fireworks. It's the annual fireworks show for the Missoula Osprey, and it is a gorgeous night. We have mostly clear skies, and of course the fireworks that are happening behind me. This is so cool. I'm not gonna lie. Now, what's also cool though is our temperatures. Well, currently across western Montana, we're in the low 50s, and tonight's lows are going to be dropping to the upper 30s and low 40s. And then on top of that, well, our relative humidity, it's a little average right now, but over the next couple of days, it is going to start to dry up quite a bit. Our temperatures are going up to the low 90s. Now tonight, as I mentioned, mostly clear skies, so we have no thunderstorms in sight, and that goes along with tomorrow as well. So when it comes to the 4th of July, well, it's going to be a gorgeous couple of days to see a few fireworks, as you can see right now happening at Ogren Park in Missoula. Now, as I mentioned, on Thursday, temperatures are warming up to the upper 80s and low 90s, and with drier conditions. So get outside, apply that sunscreen. You might want to turn on your AC because, like I mentioned, it is getting hot. Oh my gosh, look at that. And that's how great our weather is. All of your 7-day forecast coming up next.
And I'm used to doing these live shots with Ben, and we're normally kind of spot on, so we'll get a little,
We'll figure it out. But for today, well, it is still a little bit of a light jacket day, and you might want to wear your windbreaker because, well, as you take a look at the flags behind me, it's a little breezy out there, but not too bad. Happy Friday, everyone. Now, I do want to start off by saying happy birthday to my niece, Allie. Today was her 2nd birthday. Hey, everyone. For the spirit of giving from Kalispell Toyota, Meghan Bourassa with Keone. We have Les. We have Benway.
Hello.
I just want to point out, I'm the lady, and yes, I'm the one driving. So.
And you might find it's not necessarily a Meghan Bourassa, but a storm cloud. Meghan looking great out there.
Thank you so much, and happy Halloween, everyone. Angela, I first just want to say I am blown away by the Clark Fork River because I have been seeing logs just moving fast down the river, and that's not going to stop anytime soon with floodwaters up to about 14 feet by Saturday again. Like I pointed out earlier, quite a bit of debris. I'm right outside of someone's backyard, and you can actually see how the flooding has moved into their yard, and well, it's going to continue like that. On the opposite side of me, there's actually a trail, or what used to be a trail. Right now it is still covered by water and is just going to be getting worse. Well, good morning, Ken and Andrea, and yes, lots of moisture is expected for the next 2 days, and currently in Missoula, well, we do have a lot of flooding now. This is about 1.5 feet of water that I'm currently standing in, and looking around and taking a look at the houses that are prepared for all of this flooding. We have a boat actually at one of the houses just next to us just to get them into town, really. And then also down the road a little bit more are the sandbags. You can see the house down there and how they just have sandbags just surrounding their house there. And well, that's how people are preparing for all of this flooding. And we are going to continue to see more rainfall for the next 48 hours, but then also warmer temperatures. So with all of the snow that we've seen throughout the winter, well, all of that is starting to melt, which is also not helping with the flooding. Well, Caitlin, you should be jealous of everyone who is outside right now because it, again, is absolutely gorgeous. We have people going up the stairs to go down the slides, and everyone's soaking up as much sunshine as they can because, unfortunately, when the weekend rolls around, well, that's when temperatures are going to be dropping. We are under a heat advisory, and this is sticking around for Thursday and Friday, not so much for the weekend as we cool back off into the 80s. But until then, again, if you are going to be outside, make sure you drink a lot of water. Make sure you put on plenty of sunscreen because the UV rays are going to be very intense. And you also want to drink a lot of water because it is going to be pretty smoky out there. Here's our Flathead Lake camera just from today, and you can see quite a bit of smoke out there. And actually, when it comes to the Flathead Valley, when it comes to air quality, we have moved into the unhealthy for sensitive groups, while the rest of us are sticking around the moderate category, and a few good categories out there for most of western Montana. But over the next 7 days, we have a couple more days of the heat. So again, stay hydrated, wear your sunscreen. And then for the weekend, though, we are slowly cooling right back off to the low to mid 80s with mostly clear skies. So we just have 2 very miserably hot days. And then for the weekend, back in the 80s we go. And Well, Kaylin, I bet you are staying all kinds of toasty in the studio while the rest of us are out here where its temperatures are currently in the low 30s. Now, on top of that, we're seeing a lot of snowfall. So again, yesterday I declared a weather authority alert. Well, that's still going to remain in effect until tomorrow morning, till about 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's because we're going to be seeing very slick road conditions. Now, around 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, we have a winter weather advisory that will begin and sticking around till Friday evening. So for northwest Montana, areas above 4,000 feet seeing 4 to 10 inches of snowfall. So that means Lolo Pass, Lookout Pass, Marias Pass. Below 4,000 feet, like our valleys, are going to be seeing 2 to 5 inches of snowfall. Now for southwest Montana, higher elevations like Homestake Pass seeing 5 to 11 inches of snowfall overnight Thursday, heading into during the day Friday, and then below 4,000 feet, 2 to 6 inches of snowfall. But all more details on your full forecast coming up in just a little bit. For now, I'm Ben, send it back over to you. We have this weather authority alert that's sticking around all the way through tomorrow night and Saturday morning, but that does not mean we can't have any fun out in the snow. So I do have our Don K snow ski report, where our ski resorts are going to be seeing quite a bit of snowfall overnight tonight and of course throughout the day for tomorrow. Now areas such as Blacktail is going to be seeing more of the heavier snowfall. Good evening, everyone, and happy Wednesday. Today was a gorgeous day for western Montana, much like you can see behind me in our mini glacier camera. Woke up to mostly clear skies, but slowly the clouds are moving in, and on top of that, we do have a bit of rainfall. Current temperatures, though, we're still remaining pretty warm. We have the upper 60s in Kalispell, and other than that, we have the low to mid 70s. Now, tonight's lows are going to be a little bit more chillier than what they were this morning. A lot of us will actually be seeing the mid to upper 40s and the low 50s. But unfortunately, a few areas tomorrow will be seeing that rain. So over in Washington, you can see a little bit of the rainfall. Well, that's slowly going to be moving its way towards western Montana. Kalispell will not really be seeing any thunderstorms, but Missoula, Butte, and Bozeman, they will be. So thunderstorms for tonight, non-existent. We're not going to be seeing any. But tomorrow, though, we do have some very light and short-lived thunderstorms. That's why we have this light green coloring here. But if you happen to be traveling at all towards eastern Montana tomorrow, you might want to put it off for a day. And that is because, as you can see, we have a bit of the dark green, and then we have the yellow and actually some orange. So these areas could see 1 to 2 inch size hail. And on top of that, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And then, of course, the heavy rain on top of that. But western Montana, we're just seeing those very light thunderstorms. And so for the next couple of days, well, in our sky tracker, we're going to be seeing a bit of moisture. But as you can see on the Pacific, nothing really happening out here. Nothing is really forming. It's mostly along the coast for right now. But again, for tomorrow and for Friday, that's actually going to be the rainiest days for western Montana. So currently we have this high pressure system over western Montana slowly throughout tonight and into tomorrow. He's going to be hanging around. That's kind of why it's more of the lighter rainfall. But because we have this low pressure system, that's what's bringing in these thunderstorms mainly around the Butte and Bozeman area. So throughout Thursday into Friday, we're going to be seeing partly cloudy skies, light rain showers between Kalispell and Missoula. But Saturday, it's only about a 30% chance of rain. And then Sunday, we're going to be warming up and drying up. But I have all of that in your 7-day forecast, which is coming up next.
Yesterday was Mother's Day, the day we give the women who raised us gifts and cards. This year, I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted Meghan Bourassa, my mom, to be my Montana treasure. Since the moment I was born, my mom has been my best friend, the one I call whenever I have exciting news, the one I come to for advice, and I'm not the only one who feels this way about her.
She's just a great person, you know. I mean, they're very genuine,
fun to be around, and she doesn't take things like too personally, and you can have a good time with her and joke with her, and your mom's a special lady for sure.
You can see her face light up when she sees the girls, and we actually are so fortunate to be able to live in the apartment downstairs from them, so they have grandma right upstairs whenever they need.
You know, how she was raised, or how she was brought up, and that with her and her mom, and that they did a lot of things together, and that's what she did with her own kids and her grandkids.
And I wanted to sit down with my mom and talk about what it's been like having kids and growing up with us, what it was like becoming a mom for the first time.
Surreal. I mean, it's you wait 9 months for a baby to be here, and you already love it, and then you hold that baby in your arms, and you're holding your life in your arms. You know happiness for the first time.
Happiness. The way my family has been for years, but this year we received news that we did not expect. Mom was diagnosed with breast cancer.
I mean, you see your life flash before your eyes.
And regardless of what the doctors were going to tell us, it was going to be super bad or super good. I was going to be there 110%.
And we were going to give 110% of our support to Mom. We made these t-shirts, and family from across the U.S. came together to support Mom. And receiving this support, Mom was speechless.
It's just humbling, and it's incredible to see how much love people have for you.
We're there for each other. Doesn't matter what we're doing, you know, if we're planning retirement or planning on surprising our kids, you know, we're in it together.
And even her grandkids are there for her as well. My mom, my best friend, and my Montana treasure.
Aw, thanks for sharing.
Absolutely, and my mom received great news that she does not need chemo, so that's even better.
Yay. Happy Mother's Day certainly goes out to Anne and all of the wonderful mothers out there, that's for sure.